What's poppin', fam? Welcome to Don't Touch My Mindset, a podcast that is designed to uplift, inspire, and motivate you, and most importantly, share tools to help you protect that mindset. It's that time again. What up, what up, what up? Hello, how you feeling, family? I'm your host, Jay Chase, and I am focused, I'm inspired, feeling connected. Yo, most of all, I am feeling grateful for each and every single one of you that has made this season possible. Wow. Thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you so much for coming out to the workshop. Thank you for just enjoying this ride with us. Honestly, we've seen growth in so many ways that I can't even start to list off how many areas we've grown in, what's happened over the past 15 plus weeks, 15 episodes. Yo, I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Yo, please continue to follow the show, rate, review, tell us what you think of season 3, what you thought of season 3, because if you guys didn't know, this is the season finale. We are wrapping up season 3 today, and that's okay. Happy Mindset Day. Happy Wednesday. Yo, I am so happy to be here. Honestly, if this is your first time here, press the follow button. Rate, review, share it with a friend. If anything resonates from this episode, share it with a friend. You never know what they might need to hear today. With that being said, I'm not going to be before you long. Let's just dive straight into it, right? This is the season finale. I'm ready to keep you motivated, ready to get you focused. We got 10 weeks left. 10 weeks left. 10 weeks left in 2022. What are you going to do? I love it. I believe it's time to break the cycle. And that's this week's mindset. Break the cycle. All week we've hinted, or all season we've hinted at it. We've hinted at breaking the cycle. We've told you how to do it, how to position yourself to break the cycle. Today, in my powered up, charged up voice, we are going to just really dive into breaking the cycle. What that looks like to me, how I've done it, how I'm doing it, how we continue that we can do it, knowing that everything and anything can always be a cycle if we get too much of it. Look, I love you guys. Buckle up. Turn your headphones up. Let's dive. It's about to get rowdy. Most people don't understand this, and I really need you to get this. I really need you to understand this. This life, this journey, this path, this encounter, we are on temporary time. It is limited time. We don't know when we gonna go. I promise you. Martin Luther King Jr. had a full schedule the day he got shot, the day he got assassinated. He had a full schedule. That was just one of his stops. This is a temporary experience. What are you gonna do with it? Are you gonna live in your pain, or are you gonna step into your personal power? Are you gonna manage the destructive emotions that come up and arise in you, or are you or are you just gonna fall victim to it? I want to help you make that shift from victim mindset to master mindset, from victim to victor. All right, it's up to you. It is up to you. This is your legacy. I want you to live life on your own terms. Quit listening to what other people say that you should or should not do. Quit why are you valuing the opinions of others who probably don't even value themselves? They just pouring their insecurities out onto you. See, that's what I made Don't Touch My Mindset about. It's literally for you to be yo, don't touch my mindset. I'm in a good place. And just because you're not, just because you got some stuff going on, you ain't got to put that on me. Being able to separate and identify those things that are hindering your growth and those things that are conducive to your growth. Yo, I love it. So it's really up to you to break the cycle. And that's what we're talking about. It's up to you to break the cycle. Whatever you're going through, whatever you experiencing, however you're fighting back, you can either give in or you can see it through. And each step of the way, I promise you, if you keep going, you're building resilience. You're building resilience. I promise you. Resiliency is something that we all need. I remember talking to my mentor. He said, it's not the smartest doctor that graduates at the top of his class that makes the best doctor. The one with the most resilience. It's the doctor with the most resilience, that is the most effective, the most life-changing, the most centering, because not every patient's gonna make it. You got to be able to overcome those emotions. You got to be able to overcome, things that might hinder you from doing your job as a doctor. That's real stuff. So I want to talk about breaking the cycle and how you can do it. And first steps first, like I said, this is your legacy. This is your life. You got to live life on your own terms. So write this down. Discover who I am. Discover who I am. Like, really dig deep, sit with that. What am I naturally gifted at? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What are my core values? What do I stand on? What have I overcame? Like honestly, really look at yourself and stop leaning on other people's opinions that are telling you what you're worth, how to value yourself, what you're good at. You really need to stop conforming and stop looking to be affirmed. Affirm yourself. Affirm yourself. Like this. Like I said, this is your life, and so often in my life, I dumb me down, I shrank, I didn't know who I was. I used to just be running away from my dad. Besides discovering who I was in my core, like I was so worried about becoming my dad, and that I didn't want to do that I became my dad. Like I became an exact replica, not to the T, but I found myself headed down the exact same road, and it's because where focus goes, energy flows. So I was so worried about conforming or turning into somebody else that I wasn't worried about turning into myself. Like, who am I? Write that down. Who am I? And once you figure out who you are, you can start standing in you. You can start being you. You can start living in you and start expressing your truth and start really feeling how you're supposed to feel, feeling like your authentic self, feeling like your authentic you. And I mean, be you unapologetically. I promise you, it's completely up to us to determine how far our life goes, what we do and what we don't do, And so that's why I say, when it comes to breaking that cycle, you got to identify the cycle. Identify what it is that you can't get away from. What is it that you need to start? What is it that you need to stop? Like, really think about that. You really need to make the shift from accidental growth. Like, get away from the wrong environments. Are you in the wrong environments? And I mean, be honest with yourself, because I can't assess that situation for you. You know your relationships. You know your communications. You know how you behave. You know the people that you keep around you. Are they really pushing you to where you want to be? Or are you just sitting there going along with the flow and kind of ending up where they're taking you? Really, you got to have an honest conversation with yourself. I say get pen to paper. Write it down. Look at it. Examine it. Always, I love you. Are you numbing the pain? Are you avoiding the pain? Like, really, like, anytime something bad happens, some darkness happens, like you going through a tough time, do you run to the bottle to go numb that? Do you run to social media to avoid that? Do you go express yourself in ways that are completely unhealthy to you and your spirit and your mindset? Like, what do you do when conflict arises? Who do you turn into? Like, and like, once you identify that cycle, you can make the healthy adjustment to get out of it, right? So, like, even generational curses, like, I'm gonna take it way, way deep. Even generational curses, once you understand the generational curse, you can get away from it. Like, I say all the time, I'm breaking the cycle with my name. Like, I was named after my dad's alias. When my dad met my mother, he was on the run from the state of Missouri. He met my mom in Texas. Back in his day, there was a big pimp named Max Julian. He liked the name Julian, so he went by Julian. And that's my first name, Julian, if you guys didn't know. But he went by the name Julian and Chase because he was on the run. And so he meets my mom, gets locked up, gets caught, get extradited back to Missouri. They have me. I'm born in Texas, 7 years there. And my mom leaves. And so as I grow up, I grow older. I didn't really understand it as a child. I understand it now, but I'm like, yo, Ma, why am I the only person in the family with the last name Chase? She said, you gotta talk to your dad about that. So when my dad was living, I approached him. I was like, yo, Dad, why am I the only person in the family with the last name Chase? And I'm a junior. Like really, like, what's up? Because your last name ain't Chase. And I'm starting to learn how that stuff works, right? And so I had to identify that. And he told me that story, and I'm like, whoa, I had to identify that cycle. But now that I'm about to be a father, I'm bringing a child into this life, my son. People are asking me, oh, you're gonna name him Julian Chase the Third, Julian Chase, Big J, I'm like, I'm not gonna curse my kid. When I was 16, I got stopped by the cops. They had guns drawn. Cause my name was Julian Chase. They thought I was my father. Like, I'm not gonna curse my son like that. So one, I know now, I'm aware that I have to break the cycle, right? I gotta break the cycle. So the crazy thing, all it has to do is take one, identifying what the cycle is, where it is we can make the healthy adjustment. And then I gotta know myself and who I wanna be. I gotta discover myself. So the beautiful thing about that is you set the standard. You know what I mean? Like you get to sever the cord that links you to that cycle that you've been in, that you stayed in, that you always stayed there. Like, you get to do that. You get to identify that. Sever the cord. Get rid of that link to the cycle and be intentional. Be intentional. Be very, very intentional on how you move, who you put yourself around, the things you do, people you bring into your inner circle. Like, be intentional. Because those things are going to matter. I promise you, those things are going to matter. When it comes to breaking the cycle, like, we got to fight back. I love it, man. And so when thinking about naming my son, my partner and I, he was like, what are we going to name the son? I was like, let's name the spirit, because I don't want to bring generational curses. Like, the curse between me and my father was alcohol. I had to quit drinking because I didn't like who I was becoming. So now that I've set the standard not to drink, I don't think my son's going to have that problem, because I'm going to lead by example, right? So when it comes to his name, I'm like, yo, I want my son to continuously be improving. I want my son to be wild and free. I want my son to be deeply rooted in spirit, and I want to begin the legacy of the Chase family. So Kaizen is, in Japanese culture, a term that they use for continuous improvement, business, relationships, things like that. So Kaizen. And then in Hawaiian, the word Kai means ocean. So that's wild and free, like the ocean. And Kai in the good book, when I made the good book my guide, because I am a Christian, I follow the good book. It means deeply rooted in spirit. So we're breaking the cycle. We're breaking the cycle. We no longer have generational curses. We're setting generational standards. I love you guys. Look, you can do it too. You can do it too. There is no area in your life that you can look at and be like, yo, there's not one healthy adjustment that I can make there, and I can't make there. Like, you have to make that choice, whether you can or you can't. It's completely up to you. I suggest that you get out the cycle, right? You manage the destructive emotions and habits and turn into the person that you really want to be. Discover who you are, right? Identify the cycle. See where it is that you're hindering your growth. The people around you, the things you're doing, the places you're going, whatever it may be you're involved with. See what it is. Maybe it's a generational curse, something you got to step away from. And then really, really be intentional. Set the standard. Sever the cord, the link between you and the cycle and your future. Get in touch with who you're going to be. Get in touch with your future self. Get in touch with the person that you want to be. I promise you can do it. And if you don't think you can do it, reach out to me. I promise you, I'll point you in the right direction. Look, I love you guys. Keep pushing. Keep going. Yo, we are going to be back with season 4. I promise you. I'm not going to just abandon you through the holidays. I know that's going to be a tough time. So just be on the lookout. Keep checking. And you might find a special episode or something. Look. Thank you so much for rocking with me. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for being a part of the Don't Touch My Family. Don't Touch My Family. Thank you for being a part of the Don't Touch My Mindset family. If you are interested in getting to know who you are, be on the lookout for the Discovery program that will be launching soon. That is Disc Influence Recovery of Your Life, Character Development. Learn who you are through the disc, your natural superpowers, your limitations to improve them, to modify them, and to live a full and effective life. Look, guys, keep going, keep pushing. All right, I'll talk to you soon, and be on the lookout for some more pivotal moments. Just dropping through in there, and we got merch coming, so get excited. Until next season, until next time, until we meet again, guys, reach out to us on Facebook, reach out to us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it is you use, YouTube, DJ Chase, or at Don't Touch My Mindset. I love you guys. Please, please, please stay focused, stay inspired, and stay connected. While doing all that, don't let anyone touch your mindset. It's up to you. I love you.